Leadership that connects you to the heart of San Diego. This is 10 News Sunday Morning.
Okay, well, there is a new way to get rid of body fat. It's called liposuction. We'll show you how it's different from liposuction and why the recovery time is less. There are new developments in the world of plastic surgery technology to make you slimmer. It's not liposuction anymore, it's liposelection. And here to tell us more about that, Dr. Gilbert Lee, board-certified plastic surgeon. Tell us about liposelection.
Good morning, Nina. Liposelection is a new technology that's been available in San Diego just a few months now.
Okay.
And it is different from traditional liposelection. Liposuction because we're targeting just the fat cells.
Okay.
And this technique uses ultrasonic energy.
That's this
sound
machine.
energy. That's this Vaser machine.
Okay.
And it sends that energy to this probe. The probe will then vibrate at 36,000 hertz. And when you put that against a fat cell, it causes the fat cells to break, which releases the fat and allows it to liquefy the fat rather than hurting any other structures like the skin.
So it basically just melts the fat.
Exactly.
Versus sucking it all out with everything else.
Exactly. And so because it's selected just for the fat, it won't hurt the blood vessels, nerves, or skin. Okay,
and so you're going to show us with a tub of margarine, which represents the fat in your thigh.
That's right. So we have fat. We have fat.
All right.
And so this is the probe. And what I want to show you first is when I put my hand on the probe, it doesn't burn my skin.
Okay.
It's not hot.
I see.
Okay. But when you put this in water with fat, as soon as you touch it to the fat, you see how it's starting to melt that fat?
Now, wouldn't it be nice if it was that easy?
It is that easy.
Else.
Yeah. So it is really a nice new technology. It will not hurt the blood vessels, and it won't hurt the nerves, and it won't hurt the skin. And what that really means to you is that liposelection gives you a quicker recovery with less bruising, less pain, less swelling.
So are you also able to get more specific to the areas then where the problem areas are?
Yes, because we are now able to target just the fat cells, you can go into very fibrous areas, hard to treat areas, areas where you've had previous liposuctioning done, male breast areas.
Okay.
And
who's a good candidate for this?
Everybody who needs liposuction is still a good candidate for this. But people who, in particular who are having redo procedures from years past can redo this. It will go right through any scar tissue and select the fat and leave the scar tissue behind.
Okay, so you've gone in and you've melted the fat down, then what?
And then what the other new thing is that these are suction cannula probes, and once the fat is melted underneath the skin, we go in with these cannulas, which are much more gentle than the standard cannulas. They're smaller, thinner, and they're vented, which reduces the amount of suction pull.
I see.
And we will just introduce that underneath the skin and suction out the liquefied fat and leave all the other structures intact.
So it's not as invasive.
Exactly.
And you said there's less recovery time with this, less bruising?
Less bruising, less swelling, less recovery time. So if you do a small area, you can do it and recover over the weekend.
Okay.
And if you do a large area, maybe a week of recovery or so.
Okay, here's information on where Dr. Gilbert Lee is performing this surgery, and there's also a website there, changesplasticsurgery.com. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, does this cost about the same as traditional liposuction? Or?
Yes, it does. About the same.
Okay, thanks.
We're just reintroducing new technology.
Right, whole new way to get into that bikini this summer.
That's right. Absolutely.
All right, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
We'll send it back over to you at the desk.